Hey everyone, another episode of Ghost Talks this evening on a Friday. Beautiful Friday, actually. It's nice and warm right now. So I have some guests this evening from Pennsylvania. Their team is Jott Nyx Paranormal. I'll have with me tonight Jerry and Melissa from Jott Nyx. Now we're going to be discussing, as usual, the usual topics. Probably specifically, we're going to be discussing number one, what does Jott Nyx mean? I actually wondered that myself when I first heard about them. Number two, we're going to talk. They also do something special. They actually remove haunted objects or possessed object, whatever you want to call it. They actually remove those from locations, which I think Zach Baggins has done that with Ghost Adventures. So I'm kind of curious on how do you remove a haunted object and why would you want to remove it? So this is something we're going to talk about. I think it's going to be pretty cool. All right. So, and also they have a documentary they're going to be working on, and also a book as well. So they're going to be coming on in 2 seconds. I'm just looking at some. All right. So everyone, please welcome Jerry and Melissa from Jott Nyx Paranormal. Hey guys, how you doing? I can't hear your audio. Hold on. Could be my headphones. Hold on, let me see. No, my headphones are working. I can't hear you guys. See, live and unedited. We have technical difficulties as usual. Okay. Okay, saw that. No, I still can't hear you guys. Let's see what's going on here. Let me see. Edit mic settings here. No, should be good. I mean, on my side, the microphone is set up. Try logging out and then logging in again. All right. So Jerry and Melissa are having some problems with their microphones, so they're going to log out and log back in. In the meantime, let's see. We got somebody. We got a couple of people watching right now. So of course, I'm going to ask them the usual questions, their background, and what what their experiences they've had through the years. I'm just going to see here if I have maybe there's some a problem on my side. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Oh, I heard a beep. Let me see. I'm trying to get him in. You there, guys? No, still can't hear you. Wonder if maybe it's my headphone. Hold on. Like it might be me. Hold on, just a second. Let me see here. What's going on here? Sound settings. No, that's working. All right. Let me see. Hmm. All right, hold. Just be patient with us here. We're having some few little kind of problems here, audio problems. I still can't hear you guys. Just want to see. I'm gonna try something here. See if I can hear this. No, my headphones are working fine, so the audio is fine at this end, guys. Let me see here. No, you're not muted. Can you guys hear me though? Yeah, you can, but I can't hear you guys. Hold on. There's got to be maybe look at your settings to see if you muted your mic because we were fine earlier, right? Yeah, yeah, it was fine earlier. The show is haunted. There's a ghost. Okay, let's see. Let's see. No. So mute. No, that's fine. Don't know what's going on. Hold on. Let me see me. Hold on. Maybe it's my settings. Let me check my settings here. Headphones. I'm going to change this to. Let's see if I go over here. Let me try that. No, my headphones are. Microphone's working. So it's got to be at your end, guys. There's something that's not connecting at your end. Hold on, let me see here. I can see here on the bottom it says your microphone is muted. Oh, your microphone is not connected. That's what it's saying. Let's see here. Can't unmute guest. Their mic isn't connected. Aha, I guess. Hey everyone, we are having technical difficulties, which is a very common thing here on my Ghost Talk show. Usually, it's usually at my end most of the time, with my inexperience sometimes. But just Melissa and Jerry are going to try to figure this out. So we shall hold on. Let me just put on some. I'll put on some music for you guys in the meantime. Acoustic cinematic. How's that? Okay, let's see.
Can you hear us?
Bingo! Now we got it.
There we go.
We needed the mic.
Yeah, we got it. Okay.
I was doing something earlier today, and
Yeah.
I was setting up another computer, and I downloaded microphones and that to my computer, as you can see, and that's what the problem is.
Okay, well, we got to figure it out. Like I said, it's no biggie. I mean, you know what? That's why I said it's live and unedited. That we have, it's you know what, guys? It's for me. It seems I've been jinxed with this show. I always has. It's like a joke for me. It's like people say, okay, they're having technical difficulties again, but usually it's from my end. It's usually from my side most of the time. It's always me having an issue. Not this time. Not this time. So I can blame you guys.
Yes.
I'm kidding. All right, so let's get this on the road. Okay. All right. So we have you're Jerry and Melissa. You're from Jott Nyx Paranormal. Now,
Yes.
what's your background? Like how long have you guys been investigating the paranormal?
We started in 2008. A girlfriend and I did. We were watching the ghost shows on TV, and we thought, how cool is that, And about in 2000, I was working in a nursing home, and I had some crazy things happening. So when we started watching the shows, it kind of brought up all those memories and all the happenings that went on. And we thought, why not? Let's go see what we can do. It started out as a joke, but
I think most of us, that's what happens, right? We have some kind of experience that happens, and then suddenly we decide to kind of. That's what happened to me. Was this friggin' house I lived in, which stuff was flying off shelves and stuff. So that's what really got me going into the paranormal. So I think for all of us, I think that's a common thing, and I think with most people I've interviewed, it's always the same kind of thing. Is that we've had experiences, then we want to kind of get some validation for them, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. So, have you had any like specific experiences? You just mentioned one, Melissa. What about you, Joe? Like specific experiences that you might have said, "I need to look into this because I've had these events happen and I have no clue why it happened." Anything specific that you can recall that kind of pushed you to decide to investigate?
West Virginia.
They have body thing.
Oh yes, we were at West Virginia State Pen, which was closed down in 1995. I think it was like our third time investigating there, and of course I'm hard of hearing, so we were in deaf ward, and I look up and see a half body apparition. The problem was at the same time a lady was already saying she saw the same thing. I did not hear her, obviously.
Okay.
So where the body was seen, you cannot get up to it. It's above the cells, and they have it locked. So it was the lower half of the body. So it was pretty cool.
So you saw like an actual apparition. That's what kind of pushed you to say, "Listen, I really want to find out what's going on with this stuff."
Oh yeah, but we couldn't get up there to really, figure out.
Yeah.
I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah, yeah. But I
He
think
had
that's
a
the
lot of
thing.
happenings growing up, though, too. He lived in a home that had activity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Built in 1850, old house, creaky. It was an old hotel. So our front door, we had two. And my
Okay.
bedroom had two doors because it used to be separate rooms. And then they cut the wall down. So I would
Okay.
hear this creak in the floor right by the attic, which was right outside my door. And nobody was walking.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of cool stuff. I mean, I think like I've had like weird shit happen as well. Like
Hmm.
it's stuff that I can't explain. And I'm kind of like a skeptic, and I'm assuming you guys are probably as well. Kind of a skeptic, a believer, but a skeptic. But you want to actually get verifiable evidence, and you kind of wonder:
yes.
have you guys actually ever questioned yourselves and go, "Am I going crazy?"
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
I think
A
we all
lot.
have.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I think
A
we've
lot.
all done that. Going, okay, you know what? Am I like losing my mind? Am I going through dementia? I'm seeing these things and the stuff that
Yep.
I've captured, and you can't explain it. And then you actually question your own sanity.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I think we've
Definitely.
all done that. So I
Uh-huh.
just want to tell you, I just want to tell you guys, if I'm looking over to the right, I'm not actually ignoring you guys. I'm actually listening because I'm looking at the comments on the side, and you'll
Oh,
see on the
okay.
bottom. You'll see on the bottom of the screen. I'll be posting the comments up, and if there's a question, I'll be posting it, and it'll show up on the bottom. And if
Okay.
it's a question directed, I do to me, probably to you guys can answer it.
Yeah, I can see the comments. Monique has commented,
Yep,
and
Monique was there.
I'm
There's another one
not
here.
sure how she pronounces that.
Oh, I can't hear them. Okay, yeah. So they were. She was just
Remember.
commenting that she couldn't hear you guys either. So she could hear me, but not you guys.
Oh, sorry, Monique. We're
But we're
back.
good now. We're back.
Yeah,
We're good.
got some
So we
interesting stuff.
have, yeah. So we have Manik is often on the show. Then we have Rhiannon is on the show, watches the show quite often. Nice to see you again, Rhiannon. Yes, we enjoyed our Hollywood trip. It was amazing. I hope we get to go back. I loved LA. That was just a beautiful place. Contrary to
Oh,
what you see on TV, it's actually not as bad as you think. So we have Monique again here. Another comment. Zoom, they need to tap on the mic. We already solved that problem, so we're good. Okay, my comment was stupid. Sorry, LOL. Of course, it's not Zoom. It's Facebook. Okay, all right. I think this was all related to the microphone
the
issue,
microphone.
the
Yeah.
That's all right.
There we go. Technical difficulties. She says, can hear you all. Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl is on. Cheryl is a part of the Night Watchman investigative team, and we
Okay.
Ghost and them we do joint investigations together all the time. So we're kind of like partners, but we
Yeah.
both hold our names. So Cheryl, thanks for tuning in. Say hi to Mark for me, Cheryl. There we go.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi.
Hi guys. All right, let's get on with the show. So okay, so your background about you've been investigating since 2008, so approximately about 15 years, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
Been a while. Been a long time. 15 years, a long time of experience.
It is a long
Now, okay,
time.
it is a long time. I think I got into it back. I think I was in the myself. I was into it back in the late 90s.
Okay.
And then I had moved into this friggin' weird house in 2002. Shit happened, and in 2010 I formed Ghost just because of that stuff that was going on. All right, so
Hmm.
let's get back to that question. What does Jott Nyx mean? What's the meaning behind the name?
Go ahead, Melissa. She created
Well,
that. I love it.
my friend and I, back in 2008, when we went out and we were exploring some wooded areas where we live, and we couldn't make sense of anything that we were hearing and seeing. So I said, well, it's just one of those things of the night. So I took the first letter of just one of those things and formed Jott. And I was into Greek mythology in high school, so I studied the Greek goddess Nyx. She's
Mhm.
yes, she is I kind of resemble her in a way. Um, she,
Beautiful, beautiful.
yeah,
Yes.
she can be holy water and hellfire,
Mhm. Mhm.
whichever one you choose.
You're
Yes.
Gemini.
Mhm.
She could be compassionate, but she was even feared by like the god Zeus. So she
Mhm.
was very powerful, and she's like the moon is associated with her. She's
Mm-hmm.
the goddess of darkness, but she's very motherly and loving at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how we
Kind of
got
like
it. Just one of the, and it Nyx means of the night.
of the night.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so
That
it's
makes
just
so
one of
I
those
believe
things of the night.
I believe in the Greek gods too. See.
Oh yes, look at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Apollo. This is Hold on. This is Diana here,
okay,
and the weird alphabet, and then I got Apollo on this arm.
all right.
Yeah, those are the two gods that I worship, kind of. Anyways, we're not going to get
I
into that. That's a
that's
whole
we can
other
talk
story.
forever on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know we could. I bet you. I think a lot of people that are into the paranormal are probably into that kind of stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have another comment here from Monique. Love that story for the name. Okay, so they definitely like your name.
Oh,
And
thank
Ruth is
you.
saying, "Hey, Melissa and Jerry." All right.
Hi,
Okay.
Ruth.
So
Hi.
we finally know what Jott Nyx. I knew it before because you had told me over email, but I'm sure that the viewers didn't know about that. So all right, so we're gonna get on to our next. I don't want to make it too kind of organized. Okay, now here's something that you had mentioned. You guys remove haunted objects. Could you kind of tell me like a little bit more about that? Like you remove haunted objects? Because I know who else does that. Isn't that Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures? Does the same thing? Like he, what's
Yes,
it that doll he's got? That weird looking doll. Was it not
Peggy,
Albert? Hey,
the Peggy doll.
no, the one that looks. He's kind of white. There. What's his name? He's got a specific name.
It's not Robert, is it?
Uh, could be. Anyways, I know that Zach Baggins does that kind of stuff, but tell me how you guys do it and why do you remove haunted objects and for what reasons?
We have people, when you're in the paranormal field, and everybody automatically assumes you know what to do with things that carry bad juju, and you're the
Hmm.
first person they notify, and then when they do notify you, you're like, holy shit, I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing, you know. But luckily, I have friends. I'm good friends with John Zaffis.
Hmm.
And I can always reach out to him when I collect haunted objects, and he puts them in his museum.
Okay.
Um, but we do have quite a few. There's one here on my desk that I have. His name is Theodore. He came from Austria. He,
Austria. My
yeah.
wife comes from Austria. She's Austrian.
Oh, okay.
May I grab it?
Hmm.
Let
Can
me
you
show
grab
you.
it?
Actually,
We'll
yeah,
bring
show it
Theodore
to us.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Theodore.
His name is
this is
Theodore.
and this is a doll that you actually took out of a place you guys investigated, like, and it was people thought it was haunted or what, and so you guys removed it.
It was a woman, actually. She lived in Arizona, and she
Hmm.
saw on our Facebook page that we take haunted collected. I like dolls. There's a lot of dolls in
Hmm.
my room here. And she reached out to me saying that she was trying to get rid of some of her dolls, and she thinks he would be a good fit for us. If I
Okay.
wanted to have him, if I wanted him. She said he came from Austria. He ended up in Germany and eventually found his way to her house in Arizona
Hmm.
through people she knew. And she was getting rid of all her haunted collection, and she shipped him to me. He actually came in pieces. He was broken, so I had to put him back together when he got
So
here.
you put
Yeah.
them back together. So
He's fit.
is there an actual like story behind the doll?
There is. His name is Theodore.
Okay.
He doesn't speak English. I haven't been able to communicate with him in English. It's all German, but he does like toy horses.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's a child. It's a
A
child.
vessel. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Okay.
doll
Okay.
obviously is the vessel for him, but other
Yeah.
than that, I can't seem to get anything from him because he speaks German.
Yeah, well, it makes sense because also my wife speaks English, French, and German because she was born in the States and obviously she was raised in Austria from the age of 5. She speaks fluent German, and yeah, in Austria, it's the main language is German as well.
Right. Yeah. The
So that
woman
would
says
make
she thinks
sense.
he's like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
you're saying that the doll itself has maybe the spirit of a young child
yes.
Yes.
in it.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and that's now you guys remove this. Now you have this in your own home,
Yes.
and has there been any activity with the doll? Has anything happened with it? No.
No, nothing at all.
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing at
Okay.
all. I'm sitting
Okay.
here
Have you?
around a bunch of things that we've collected from people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How many haunted objects do you guys actually have?
Um,
Where's
1, 2, 3. Well, there's probably like 4 or 5 here.
do me grab?
We have most of them are dolls. People
Mm-hmm.
freak out because they're dolls. But
Yeah.
we got one from an antique store. Her name is Jessica. She freaked the owners out. This is her. So we
Wow.
put her in a Jott Nyx sweatshirt. But
She's part. She's part of your team now.
she is. She's wearing my witch's hat. Yeah, she's a creepy little thing. But
She looks okay.
yeah. I haven't had any like bad things happen with
No.
her here, but the people
But
at the antique
what's
store,
this? So what's the story behind this though? Like
they just didn't like her.
Yeah.
They got
Just,
spooky,
heebie-jeebies.
eerie vibes from her, goosebumps. People, even their like customers, didn't like her.
Yeah.
They just wanted her out of their store. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay, I'll take her. They
Yeah.
were going to pay
So
me to
people
take
just
her out of the store.
so people just had a general kind of bad vibe about this doll, and eventually
Yeah.
did they think it was haunted or possessed by something that wasn't just not nice, and they said just take it, just get it out of my store.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've never actually done that. I've never actually collected an object from an investigation, but I've never had a case where people have said, I think my house is haunted, and I think it may be associated with a specific object. I've never actually had that kind of experience. I'm assuming maybe I'll run into that at one point. I'm not sure if I want a bunch of haunted objects in my place though.
Yeah, they stay in this room. They don't leave the office.
Right.
I'm trying to think if we. This is the creepiest thing we've ever gotten, though. Hold on.
We'll be right back. Oh yeah.
Hold
this
on a
thing.
second. This thing.
See if we can-
What the heck is that?
It is.
It looks like it's made out of somebody's hair.
It is
Yes.
horse hair.
Horse hair. Okay.
Yes. And I don't know if you can see the face, but let me. It's hard to. It kind of has
Yeah,
like
I see the
tribal
face,
Tribal look to it.
like a tribal
Yeah.
face. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
Yeah, well, this was a residential, and he's like, my mom got it for me in a I don't know if he said Haiti,
I believe.
and
yes.
he's like, I don't like it, get it out of my house, and I'm like, okay, I'll
Yeah.
take it home with me. This is the creepiest thing, and it's just weird.
But
It's,
nothing again.
but still, I haven't experienced anything
Yes.
with this.
Now we'll say that, and after
So-
we get off, something will happen.
So you guys haven't had any bad experiences with these objects you've collected, right?
No, there was only one that we ever picked up that I didn't even bring into my home.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of
Do
too
you
much.
think eventually something may happen if you keep collecting objects?
Probably. That's why I'm very cautious what I bring into my home.
Mm-hmm.
We collected it was a she was a Wiccan, and she was
Mhm.
practicing witchcraft, and so was her husband. And then once this thing came into their home, they started experiencing bad things. Like he would say he would see hooves and creatures and things like that. And I was like, okay, and he wanted us to go down and investigate his house. And I'm like, look, you have multiple pit bulls in your home, satanic rituals you're doing. You don't need me. You need somebody with more experience.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, can you at least take the haunted object? And I'm like, okay, what is it? And they said, it's one of those old monkeys that has the symbols and
Clapper.
claps
Oh
its-
my God! You mean the one that you see in every single horror movie that ever existed?
Yeah.
The cling, cling, cling.
Yes,
cling.
yes. And I
I know
brought
exactly
him
which one
in.
you're.
I kept him on my porch. I would not bring him in my house. Something told me not to bring him in my house.
And we covered it.
So I did a binding little ceremony with him on my back porch, and he stayed on there until one of my teammates, who has like a death wish, wanted to take him home and keep him. So that's where he is now. He's with my teammate.
We won't give him his name.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want that monkey in my place.
No.
See,
I
Ruth
didn't
here-
like him.
See, Ruth Such here, she says those monkeys creep me out. Ruth, you're absolutely right. They creep me out as well. I wouldn't want one in my place. That's for sure.
No.
Okay, so I want to say hi to actually John Curley from Haps. I actually had him on my show quite a few
Yes.
weeks back, though. So do you guys know John?
No, I did do
No.
some research on you guys, and I did see that he is from the Harrisburg area, so he's not too far from us.
Exactly. Yeah, he's not too far from you guys. So, hey, John, how's it going? Nice to see you on the show. And hopefully, we'll do that coffee talk thing on a Sunday. I'm going to do like a Sunday paranormal talk with him at one point. So, anyways, we'll go back to
Oh,
the those monkeys creep me out. Yeah, I
hmm
wouldn't want one of those things in my house. It would just
no,
no, no. Let's
nope.
not
He
do that.
stayed on my porch, and then John Zaffis was supposed to pick it up, and he had some issues. He had to go back home,
So we never
so
Hmm.
got to do it.
I never got to give it to him. But that monkey is no longer here at my house.
Nope.
I didn't want him
Okay.
in my house, so
No, I don't
I
blame you.
know I
I
know
know they're
my
too
boundaries.
creepy. Yeah,
Yes.
they're too creepy. Too creepy.
Hmm.
Okay. So, all right. So now we have. So you guys were telling me you're doing a documentary, and you also have a book, and I think I have a picture here. Let's see. Let's see if I actually have it up somewhere. I think I put. Is this the one here? Yeah. Hold on. I'm just gonna take you guys out. Paranormal. All right. So that is a book you guys are working on.
That is actually our documentary.
That's your documentary. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We are doing we always look for things to engage our teammates. We have a big team. There's 9 of us, and
Okay.
half of them are doing our podcast Paranormal Lens, and the other
Mm-hmm.
half we have them working on
Ghostly truth.
Ghostly Truth, where they're going to 6 local known haunted locations in our area,
Mm-hmm.
because we live on the in the river towns in Pennsylvania and southern in like central Lancaster County, and
Okay.
it was a big part of the Civil War.
Yeah.
So there are
Yeah.
a lot of haunted locations in our area.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so we're just picking 6 of our favorites, and they're doing little mini interviews, making like a documentary to show our
Yeah.
Investigation.
viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I find odd? It seems that in Canada we just don't have that many haunted locations. It seems like there's so much more to investigate in the states for some reason, right? Like you got
Oh yeah.
penitentiaries, you have
Hmm.
asylums. In Canada, we have a lot. In Canada, it seems we have a lot of historical places
Hmm.
that supposedly have some kind of activity, but we don't have anything like insane asylums or the kind of stuff you guys have in the states. But again, the states, I mean, it's much bigger than Canada, right? You guys have much more buildings, much more area, much bigger population. So
Hmm.
and I think in general, I think the states have a much deeper history. I don't want to say that because I'm Canadian, but then again, I really don't care for my prime minister. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that
Uh-oh.
subject. But anyways,
We don't care for our president
well,
either. So
yeah. Well, as you can see in the background,
I
I'm a
know where
gun
you're going
owner,
from
so
there.
I have guns on my wall. I'm an avid kind of
yes.
gun kind
Yeah.
of person. I'm a sports shooter, and obviously, you guys know what's going on in Canada with our beautiful prime minister right now. But anyways, we're not going to get into that subject because I'll just get mad.
That'll be
Next.
another time.
Next.
Next.
Next show, we'll do this next. We'll do that on the next show.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you have again, which when's this documentary going to start?
Well, they filmed the first episode.
Okay.
What we're having problems with is editing it, and getting it
Hmm.
into a film or into like a little like into a film.
Documentary.
Yeah.
Okay, like
Um,
a documentary.
Yeah.
yeah. So we think we know. One of my teammates said he has a friend who already did a video for us at one point, and we're looking probably to hire him on just to do the editing for us and to get these shows up and running.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's a time thing now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's with us as well. I just want to say hello, Anna. Missed her last time. Ruth, Anna again. Okay. It was the same thing with us. We did a documentary on the Ottawa Jail Hostel, and it took us years to get that first documentary out. From production, editing, and doing all that stuff out. And
Mhm.
we've been talking about doing like a second one, but it's a lot of work,
A lot of time.
It is.
a
And,
lot of time.
we
Yeah.
don't expect it to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. We're not professionals on any level, but
Hmm.
it was fun, and it was really
It
fun
was
to
fun.
watch them do. So
Really
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. We enjoyed doing ours as well, and I mean, it's nice to actually kind of throw this stuff out there and actually educate people about the paranormal and actually share our experiences with everybody,
exactly.
and to show them exactly what we do as paranormal investigators. You see the TV shows, and you know what, the pioneers of the field. I'm always going to say it's going to be Jason Hawes and Grant, but I mean,
Hmm.
they're TV shows, right? They need
Right.
ratings. And I know because I've recently went to Hollywood to film a series, which I can't really say anything about right now. And I've seen it behind the scenes, and I go, yeah, they're gonna kind of twist everything around. The story's gonna be changed and this and that. But
Yeah.
that's the way Hollywood works, right? So
Right.
I knew it was gonna happen, but if I could have a series, I would love to actually have like an actual series where teams get together and we show exactly what it is we do. It's not all fun and games. We sit in the dark.
Hmm.
Sometimes you can go to location, nothing ever happens. It's not
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
it's not like you capture everything every night. It just doesn't happen. But it
No.
seems a lot of the TV shows, there's always something happening. There's always
Right.
something. Ghost Adventures, there's every location something happens. It doesn't work that way.
No.
No.
Never does.
We've been
Never
to a
does.
lot of those TV places.
Yeah, we won't name.
Yeah,
But
we don't. I'm not. I don't like. I don't want to bash anybody. That's not
No,
my. But I
no.
mean, it's
But you
reality,
know
right?
what?
it's paranormal.
TV needs
But like
ratings.
you
Yeah, they
said,
need ratings. Yeah, they
right,
need ratings. That's what they need. Yeah,
right.
or
But
else
and
people are not going to watch.
and we went to Waverly. I mean, we drove 12 hours to get there. And I was excited. That
Mhm.
was that I was excited for
That's a
that.
big thing for us.
And we got nothing.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
but the
nothing at
next people,
Waverly, and that's supposed to be one of those biggest
right.
haunted locations ever. But you guys didn't capture anything.
No, all I did was bring home one of the spirits with me.
Yeah.
Oh no, no, yeah. You don't want to be doing that.
Yeah,
I've,
she came home with me and she stuck around for about a year.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Oh, we didn't do what we do now is please stay here. We don't want to
no,
take you home.
we were
Yeah,
stupid.
She
yeah,
hitchhiked
yeah.
with us 12 hours.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had an
You learn as
experience
you
as
go,
well
right?
where, well, you don't want to take anything home. I mean, like I said, I had an experience where I had a spiritual attachment at an investigation, and it threw me for a loop so bad that I lost track of time for 2 hours.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, and maybe we'll talk about that at another time. I've mentioned it a couple of times on the shows, but it was like super. But it was my fault. I was doing the okay. I'm tired. It's late. You haven't given us anything. Show yourself. Do something. Pitch me. Hit me. Do something. Well, I got what I asked for,
Yes.
which was not a good experience.
Yes.
So I understand what you
Hmm.
mean by leave the shit behind. We don't want to take the stuff home, and a lot of people
Hmm.
don't understand what we do. That there is a risk. I mean, mentally, physically, um, it's not just fun and games all the time. I mean, it's serious
Hmm.
stuff. I mean, we're getting into, and like I said, I'm a very big skeptic, but I'm also a believer because, like I said, the house I lived in, stuff flew off shelves, and that defied physics. I mean, okay, well, there's something here. There's something going on. Something happens. But yeah, we put ourselves at risk every time we investigate a location.
Yes,
Oh, absolutely.
definitely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's not fun and games, like you said.
No, no.
No, and a lot of people, and that's and that I think that's why I want to actually interview a lot of teams because I want to make sure that anybody who's out there, either young kids, they want to get into the paranormal because it's so cool. There's TV shows and all this stuff is going on. Be careful. Like I talked to Cheryl
Mhm.
here, just commented again.
Hi, Cheryl.
We
I
yeah, from the Night Watchman. We've talked so many times on how stuff can get real if you're not careful. Like it can get real. Like it can
Hmm.
get very, very kind of disturbing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people don't, I didn't have any effects. It lay dormant for a while.
Yeah.
And then because I was always told from our mentors that if a spirit attaches itself to you, it could lay dormant for years. And it's waiting for that opportunity for something to go wrong in your life to open the
Hmm.
door.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. My
Yeah.
brother, he's young. He's younger. He's in his mid 40s. he had to have open heart surgery because he
No.
had got an infection from a nail in his that caught his leg, and it actually ruined his valve in his heart. So when that
Hmm.
all started is when I let my guard down, and that's when
Yeah.
she resurfaced.
Yeah.
So
It's almost at your most vulnerable. That's when it's going to come out,
yes,
right? Yeah,
yes, yep,
that's a good point. So I want to say hi
yep.
to Amanda Marie Borush. I hope I pronounced your name properly. Is there a way to? Okay, so we do have a question here. Is there a way to uncover if it's negative or positive energies affect you? Amanda, are you talking about maybe the haunted objects, or maybe just being just investigating a location? So if you can elaborate on that. Oh, actually, she did. He's there, still there. Okay, Hannah. What do we have here? Yes, I think it was going on. Get something for 9 years. Okay, so she had something as well in her home for about
Hmm.
9 years. So yeah, again, like Amanda mentioned here, it's we have to be careful, right? As investigators, and
Absolutely.
I think a lot. And I think a lot of people don't know that we do go through these types of experiences where it affects us either physically or mentally sometimes.
Hmm. It's very
Yeah.
important too, when they're investigating. We have a couple teammates, even including myself, who will walk out of the building and go somewhere else because they might feel angry for no reason, or they feel sick to their
Yeah.
stomach, or their head, they get like headaches or nauseous. Anything. We tell our team that if anything's affecting them,
Just get out.
just get out. You have to
Yeah.
take yourself out of the situation, or it's going to get worse.
Hmm. Because
Yeah.
if you stay there, yeah, you're exactly right. It's going to get worse. So I have
Mhm.
here. I don't know. Anna said he is. So she. I know Anna is a bit of a. She's watched the show quite often, and she's I think a medium, and she says, shit, no, over here. He's short, straight hair, and big eyes between them. Okay, Anna, could you elaborate on that? Okay, all right. So we got a comment here from John. Yeah, he says, "Oh, definitely, we have to tread lightly in case, specifically if children are involved." I
Oh,
totally agree on
yes.
that one. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
because it seems for
Absolutely.
us when children are involved, we seem to be a little bit more emotional about it
Hmm.
for
Oh yeah,
investigating.
we had a child at Booby's Brewery when we
Yeah.
were doing a public event, and she actually saw the patriarch of the Booby family
Yeah.
at
Okay.
7 years old.
It was not pretty
It said her name. It was the most horrible thing I've ever witnessed.
on
Okay.
recording.
Yeah, and we actually have the recording of the incident, and it was horrible.
Just come back.
Yeah, she was there with her
Yeah.
father, who brought her to the investigation, and some of us were poking the bear with the patriarch, and he decided to show himself and torment the child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I think that's the thing we have to realize as well is we have to be careful when we start, like as you said, poking the bear. And like I said,
yes,
I poked the bear and the bear bit me
yes.
quite a while
Yes.
back. So
So we
you got to
learned
be
that when the
careful.
children are there, we don't
Poke the
do
bear.
we don't do that. We wait till we're alone in our settings, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about safety.
I'm a stubborn son of a bitch. Sorry about the language, but I still do it sometimes. I just want, even in this location where I got the 2 hour where I kind of lost track of time, and it was one of my investigators pulled me outside to kind of get me back to common ground, I guess. And but I still do it today because not I don't think I want to go through that experience again, but I want to find out why this kind of stuff can happen.
oh
Spiritual
yeah.
attachments, how you can bring stuff home.
Hmm.
I guess the only way to find out is actually just jump into it. I mean, it's not the kind of experiences we want to go through, but I think the only way we're going to figure it out is actually to have it happen again and again and try to figure
Hmm.
out like what the heck's going on.
You know, I
I was gonna go with Liverpool, but I'd like to go first.
oh no, go ahead.
Well, no, we were at a house in Liverpool, and we were up in the attic, and there was nothing going on.
Uh-uh.
And just out of the blue, they felt I was getting angry, and I was poking the bear. I was like, "Come on, I know you're here." So all of a sudden, the K2 hits up the yellow, the last yellow before it hit red.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
thought maybe something was wrong with me, but I was just trying to actually poke the bear a little bit, which is out of my
So
norm.
Yeah, he's usually
so
like this
it
quiet
kind of
guy.
and
I'm
then
the guy
suddenly
behind the
poked the bear.
scenes usually.
Oh, So it actually went up just as you were saying that. It was like in sync, and your EMF meter just went up, like the red. When you were saying that, like you said, you were poking the bear, and suddenly the meter went up
Yes, yes.
Yes.
simultaneously at the same time. Okay, okay,
Yeah, I
all
was
right.
concerned because he's not normally like that. And I was like, you need to leave the house because you're getting nasty.
No, it was just me
No.
trying to get something going.
And it works most of the time, but sometimes we get a little bit more than we anticipate.
Yeah, probably wasn't smart, but it worked.
Yeah,
We're safe.
it worked. It worked. So we got a comment here by spiritual attachments happen when you are experiencing weakness, either physically or emotionally, or when you anger some spirits, which is probably what you did, Jerry.
Yeah.
People can also inadvertently invite a spirit to attach. Manik,
Yes.
I did that. I
Mhm.
did that. So I've actually invited a spirit to attach. Comment Animar were done a representational ritual to release. It's past weekend during the new moon.
Mm.
So okay,
Mhm.
so they did a new moon is good to kind of get rid of stuff, right? I think, or is it
Yep.
waxing, waning? It's waning moon you get rid of stuff. Waxing is when you bring stuff in, positive. I think.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, that's a whole
You'll let us
different.
know.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation. All right. So you guys like what kind of locations do you guys prefer investigating? As far as is it like mostly residential, historical? Like what is it you guys like doing?
Everything.
I find that doing residentials, I don't mind residentials.
That's a different paranormal.
Most of the time, it is people's energy.
Yep.
And I say that because when we got into this field, we have two daughters. And when I started my research, that was the first thing I did because these girls were crazy at
Mm-hmm.
teenagers. Their mood swings, I don't have to tell
It
you,
was terrible.
mood
Oh
swings,
no, yeah.
And I thought there's got to be
Connection.
a connection to this crazy stuff that's happening in my house. And
Mm-hmm.
what I learned was, especially with girls, their emotions and their energy and their changing of their bodies and things like that can actually create poltergeist activity in your own home.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Yep.
at the time I
Bent
didn't
up
know
energy,
that.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
So now when we go to these residential cases, it was all about and I go back to the main one that we had. Her all her kids moved out. She was empty nesting. Her husband just retired. She was lonely, upset. Her kids left. And her things were moving in her house. Even a cross moved on her wall. So she was concerned, and she was a family friend. So we went over and checked it out. And I said, it is nothing bad in your home whatsoever. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's you.
Mm-hmm.
It's you. You're going through a change of life. Your kids are moving out. Your husband's quitting his job. I said, you need to get your body under control. And then he needs to find a part-time job because all this energy is just going to keep building up in your house, and it has nowhere to go. It's going to start creating things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And we got her. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Finish your story.
We got her on some medication for change of life. Her husband got a part-time job.
I like how you're going around there.
I'm trying, and things settled down really quick for her.
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah.
always a haunting,
No. Yeah, and I've had stuff like that where people actually just produce the stuff themselves. I've done a couple,
Exactly.
and that's I love doing residentials because they're so satisfying when you actually either debunk something, like tell them, okay, your house is not haunted, it's because of these specific things going on in your home, or about the people and themselves and how their life is and how they could create so much energy that stuff will start happening. And it's not necessarily a haunting, a residual haunting. It's not necessarily a ghost or spirit that's haunting your location. You're creating the energy yourself. And
Absolutely.
I've had a couple of residentials that way, going, okay, you know what, one of them was a rocking chair, and I went, no, okay, it's not haunted, you're the one creating the stuff. There was another one where the woman was saying the place, a ghost was stealing her medication, No, it was the husband that was addicted to the wife's medication. He was stealing it and told his wife, "Oh, honey, it's probably a ghost
Um,
taking it." I'm not going to get into how we found out, but again, that's what we do, right? We investigate. It's not just we investigate. Like I investigate the location, the people, and the
absolutely.
history
Yes.
behind the
Yeah.
location.
Yep.
So it's not always a ghost haunting a location. Sometimes it's the people themselves.
Right. And we had a case down in lower southern Lancaster County here in Pennsylvania. She called us, we went down. Turns out that there was um rituals being performed in her basement
Yep.
by her house guest.
Yes.
And they were actually doing, there was methamphetamines down there was
Drugs.
needles, there was all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of stuff. And I'm like, look, this is your problem. You got to get
Yeah.
these people out of your house.
Yeah.
And if you don't follow what we tell you to do, we can't help you then. We
Yeah.
can't come back. So
Yeah.
we were there for a while, and we gave her all the tools she needed,
Yep.
And all the advice we could give her. And she called me probably about a week later, and she
Mm-hmm.
said, "You need to come back. The activity started." And I said, "Well,
What happened?
did you let them back in the house?" She said, "Well, yeah." I said, "I told you. We will help you as long as you follow our directions.
Yeah.
If you choose not to follow our direction, this is not a game.
Yeah.
We won't be back, because I can't
Yeah.
help you if you don't want to help yourself."
Exactly.
So
People have to help
she wasn't too
themselves
happy
first.
with me,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Well, I
I
mean, either you want the truth or you want our actual. If you're going to call us as investigators, find out what's going on in your house, we're going to tell you, as it is. Like, this is what we
right.
think. You can either take the advice or not, or believe us or not. But I mean, you're the one that called us in the first place, so we're telling you what we think is the best kind of course of
Right.
action, right?
Right. And
Yeah.
she got upset with me, and she was like, "You told me you would help me." I said, "I did
Yeah.
help you,
She
but
switched it on
you
us.
didn't listen. You didn't listen. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep
we
cleaning up your
never get
messes."
we never get enough gratitude, right? We do
No.
all this stuff for free, and it's like, oh well, you're not helping. Well, it's not like I'm a
Yeah.
psychiatrist or something like that, and they're charging you like $150 an hour. We're doing
Right.
this for free to help people
Right.
to understand the paranormal, right?
Right.
It's
The
what we
ones
do.
I like are the ones who call you and they try to convince you that their house is haunted.
Yeah.
And
not.
there's nothing. They want the thrill of having paranormal investigators come out.
Well, remember
Yes,
the other.
I've.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jerry.
No, I had a story with a client, a residential. He was going through a change of life, and it
Mm-hmm.
was
Mhm.
weird when he told the story. His mom and dad hadn't believed in religion, and now he's like, "My mom and dad lied to me all my life," and he got out of that religion.
Yeah.
But when he spoke about this, my millimeter would actually go up to like 3.0, the milligauss
Mhm.
reading. So when his tone went up, it went up. But another
Mhm.
problem they had was I'm doing a baseline reading at the beginning, and I noticed where their headboard was on that wall with the electrical outlet, which was reading like 45 point something milligauss. I'm like, I think
Holy
you
mac!
may want to move that away because you say you aren't
Mhm.
sleeping well. They were sleeping well better.
It was
Yeah, yeah.
that little thing, move your bed,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's it.
and they say anything above 2.5 milligrams, if you're exposed to it like consistently, it's and if some people are more sensitive to electromagnetic fields, and most of the
Right.
Yeah.
electromagnetic fields that we have are man-made, right? And that's what the EMF meters that we use. That's what they do. Put an EMF meter, turn on a microwave, it'll spike like crazy.
Right.
If you're exposed, put your head beside a consistently running microwave, you're not going to feel good. It's going to affect you mentally and it's going to affect you physically, and I think a lot of it is what when we do investigation is like, yeah, you're like you said, Jerry, that headboard 45 milligauss, that's way high.
Yeah.
If you're exposed to that consistently, that's definitely going to make you see shit. There's no
Oh,
doubt,
and they were
especially if
fighting
you're
and they were
sensitive.
arguing.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah, well, it's going to cause stress, right? Because you're exposed to these
Whew.
fields all the time, and people don't know that. I mean, it's electromagnetic fields, especially man-made ones like we have. Our houses are filled with it. We have like modems, we got electrical, we got TVs, we
Right.
got
yeah.
radios. Have you ever felt, when you had a high, like recently we had an ice storm here in Canada, well, a small one compared to '98, but when the power's out, it seems like you just feel calmer because there's
Yes,
nothing going on, right? It's
Right.
there's no power, electricity's off, and it's
I
like it's a
agree.
whole new kind of feeling. And I felt it when the hydro goes off. It's like, wow, it's so quiet. Like you can feel it in your body
I agree.
because
It's kind of like
you
cell
don't have all
phones.
that stuff.
I read with
Right.
cell phones, everyone was worried about it affecting your brain waves, and that. Mine's always out on the table away from me, just because one, I'm not on the phone much, so I'm old school.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's
yeah. They
I
said
don't know how it's affecting me that way.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure that a lot of the stuff that we have in our homes is affecting us consistently, and that's why I guess, like you said, Jerry, we do base ratings. We check a place. I've had some places. Oh, I feel weird. Well, it's because your modem's like right beside your bed, and your modems are known for that. They'll spike up EMF meters,
Right.
and you'll have tons of electromagnetic fields coming from modems and stuff. And people just don't know that there's so much stuff that we don't see that's there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
It's common. It's really common stuff.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
people think, oh,
always.
my house is haunted. No, it's not. There's certain
No.
things going on there that you need to kind of look at. Like 45 milligauss at your headboard. That's definitely not a good thing.
Yeah, that was a problem. That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
that was a problem.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, so we have a couple more comments here. I don't want to ignore people. So there's
Yeah.
Whispering Souls by Psychic Ken. That's I think Ken is my next husband. They do psychic readings. He said we had an attack on one of our partners during an investigation. One lady aired a spirit, and the other lady upstairs was in a lot of pain. Once we left, the pain went away.
Hmm.
So kind of weird, eh? Okay. We got this past loved ones move things as well. Past loved ones, maybe. I've had stuff fly off shelves and stuff. Okay, so Amanda, you kind of commented that you're nervous about doing research on a location. Could you elaborate on that? Something in front yard, I feel. Kind of looking at my front yard. There's something in my front
Or
yard.
my front yard. I don't know.
Where can you purchase a meter to test? Um, I guess EMF meters you can kind of get them on. You can get them on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
They got a lot of different stores too, Amanda. You can get them on.
Yeah.
I guess there's Ghost Stops as well as one
Yeah.
of those popular stores. Very gadgety sometimes I find, but I mean you can get the best ones are probably the natural field EMF meters, and the
Yeah.
male meters a good one. You also got the REM pods, but the REM pods are more proximity meters where something has to come in close to actually touch the antenna. But yeah, Amanda, you can get a lot of stuff online anywhere. Just look it up. There's tons of places that want to sell ghost hunting
A
Oh
equipment.
lot of
yeah.
places.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm an
tons of
equipment
places.
guy. A lot of places.
Oh yeah, there's tons and tons and tons of places to get equipment. All right, so we might go overboard. Are you guys okay with that? We always,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always say an hour, but people, with John, it was like an hour and a half, and with
We
Spirit
lost 20
Terry.
minutes.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
lost 20
yeah.
minutes in my mind.
Yeah, we started late, so it's all your fault.
It is. It's my fault.
Sorry, I was
Blame
just
on me.
kidding. I was just kidding. I was just teasing you guys. Okay, so we talk. Jerry, Melissa was telling me you use more because you said you're hard of hearing, right? Correct, Jerry?
Yes.
So
Hearing
that's
right.
why
Yes.
you
I
use
did.
more. So that's why you like to use more sensory equipment like EMF meters, stuff that's visual that you can see, as opposed
Yeah.
to, like, let's say, audio recorders and stuff like that.
Be honest with you, I stopped recording in Publix because we were spending so much time and people were walking around constantly. So it was like a waste of my time.
Mhm.
I like blinky things, yes. Anything
Mhm.
REM
Mhm.
pod, anything that blinks, it's good for me.
Or anything with a loud noise.
Yes, or very loud
Loud
noise.
noise or something loud noise. Yeah, yeah.
It,
And I think
yeah,
a lot of
Mhm.
us
I don't
use
get to
that
hear
kind of equipment.
everything.
But you know what's weird though? When you think about it, like all this equipment that we use, and this is kind of like one of the subjects I wanted to talk about. A lot of these sensory equipments, we don't really know unless you have it backing up with another piece of evidence. We don't really know if it works or not, right? It's
Right.
it's you know, my take on it was, okay, let's say you have an EMF meter goes off. You have a glass in the background that's floating in the air. And then you have somebody says, I'm here. Oh, that's a hell of a piece of evidence if you can get
That
that.
yeah,
Um,
right. Right.
But when you get like a, let's say, an EMF meter going off by itself, it's hard for us. I don't know what you guys take is on this, but it's hard for us to determine if an EMF meter goes off. Is it really something that's present, or is it maybe some kind of stray signal going on somewhere? Unless we back it up with a bunch of different other kind of
Yeah.
either audio and video, it's hard to say that an EMF meter going off is a sign that there's something present.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't, you know, the new thing now is these cat balls and flashlights, right?
Oh, I've seen those, but the cat. Here's where I'm not getting. I know I've seen these. I've seen these cat balls, but they're motion activated,
Yes.
Yes.
so they're not necessarily. So I've seen. I'm not gonna say, but I've seen people sitting around a cat ball, and it's flickering, but people are moving, but it's a motion activated thing. So if people are moving around it, of course it's gonna light up. Now,
Right.
Yes.
if it's motion activated, you got to think, okay, a ghost is not a physical. If we don't even know what a ghost or spirit is at this point, but it's not supposed to be physical. So how would it
Right.
be detected by the motion activated kind of
Exactly.
device, right? Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. So you guys have had that experience with cat balls as well?
We, you know,
I'll let
okay.
her say it,
So
and then I'll go. You go first.
I don't like them, and my team knows I don't like them. They love them. I am not basing my 15 years of research and my experience on a cat ball and a flashlight. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
First, with the flashlights, you're just connecting it enough to click onto that battery. Okay, so the problem is when you're getting direct responses to your questions that you're asking. You know, if you're asking a specific question and you ask them to turn the light on and it comes on, and then you ask another question and it doesn't respond. If you understand what I mean, I'm on the
Yeah.
fence with both of them.
Yeah,
I
I am
don't
as well. I am as
I
well.
don't like
I
them.
mean, I want something a little bit more concrete. But I mean,
Yeah,
it doesn't mean it doesn't work, right? And I think again, a
right.
lot of
Right.
people say
Correct.
that what we do is pseudoscience, right? Because it's not proven. Unless you can actually prove it in a lab and actually duplicate it, then it's just we don't know. I mean, we don't even know what a ghost is, what a spirit is, what it's made of, how to
Right.
Right.
detect it.
It is. It's all theory,
So
right?
for it's all theory, yeah. And
Yes.
also for me, like the only thing that I find, and I use all these EMF meter. I have a mail meter.
Hmm.
Mark and Cheryl have. And by the way, I think Cheryl is leaving. Cheryl, thanks for tuning in. Amanda is leaving as well. Thanks for tuning in, Amanda. Please come back on one of the next shows. And I want to say hi to my native brother, Trevor, in Pembroke. Geez, I've never seen Trevor. So nice to see you on the show. I haven't talked to you in so long. I'm native as well, so he's actually tuned in to my show. Brother, holy shit, thanks for tuning in. Cool. Thanks, Trevor. All right. So yeah, so a lot of this equipment we don't know what it does, right? It's
Hmm.
and I think that's what we do. We test the equipment, we see, and I think if you have a lot of stuff that collaborates in one piece of equipment, it just makes it more valid.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, this is the part that gets me with the cat balls. I was sitting on the floor, and we know there's like the people over at Booby's Brewery have seen a paracat. Okay, so I'm sitting on the floor trying
Just
to
one cat.
engage with this cat, you know, that I can't even see, and we're rolling the cat ball back and forth. Um, another guy and I, and he rolled it towards me, and this cat ball turned direction on its
It did.
own,
It was pretty cool.
and
No
it
Mhm.
video.
and it went about what 2 feet, and then it turned around again and hit the bar, and then it traveled along the bar before it came and settled beside me. It was like the weirdest
It
thing.
was really cool.
So I don't,
Hmm.
you know what I
Floor's
mean?
level, so
Yeah, when you have stuff like that that happens, it's so specific and stuff starts moving in specific directions. You can't help but think there's got to be something going on,
Is there a cat here playing with that stupid ball, you know, that we got from
unless it's not,
Chewy.com?
unless it's a haunted cat.
Right. I don't know. I don't know.
I
Yeah,
my take on the
it's
equipment, I'm the equipment guy, and
yeah,
I learned I have to believe in the equipment I put out there, right?
yeah,
Yes.
So if we put everything, the flashlight, the cat ball, whatever equipment, obviously don't put a K2 meter in the middle of an electrical area. It's common
no,
sense.
no, of course not, no.
Um, I got a new piece of equipment called Aeroflux. It reads airflow at 23 times a second. Thing works good down in the catacombs. 43 feet underground, no airflow. It's been going off like crazy. That to me is true evidence. There's no airflow.
Right.
What's causing
But
that?
see,
You
that's
gotta literally blow into that sensor to make it go off.
but that's an airflow sensor, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is what you
airflux
have.
to its
But
cause.
and exactly, it's not one of the gadgety stuff that you get on different websites. I mean, this is an actual kind of
Yes,
technical. It's a technical. Technical. It's a tool.
Yes.
yes. I
Yeah,
actually got it from Ghost Within from Scotland. It's a
from
paranormal
Scotland.
team that
Yeah.
makes equipment. They're great people.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can push your hand like this and it won't go off. But if you take it to your mouth and you blow in that hole, it will activate it. So
I can get you and show you real quick if you want to see it.
Yeah.
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 It's
Yeah.
simple.
Actually, yeah.
pretty
Show it
neat.
to me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets all his little gadgets. I love it.
Yeah. Thing is,
I do.
I remember. I remember Mark from Night Watchman. He bought a couple of different EMF meters, and we did a couple of seminars. And we actually took those meters. They were terrible, terrible. They were. I'm
Oh,
not going to mention what types they were, but we told people like, don't buy this. It's a gadget. It's useless. I mean, there's some good
right.
equipment out there, but there's some really bad stuff as well.
He has his gadget. I'm going. You do it because I
Oh,
don't
does
know.
he have the gadget?
I don't play with gadgets
Let me-
and stuff like that. I do
I'm
everything
trying to see where Dan
my
can
way.
see it. It's kind of hard.
Okay.
I'm hired.
Fire.
Yeah.
There.
Oh,
it
I
is.
see it now.
So
Okay.
the
Yeah, I
air
see it.
hole's up top here.
Here, turn it that way.
Okay.
See the air right in.
You got it.
Yeah, I
Right
see
there.
the hole. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is we're doing the opposite way. So now it's gonna
Go up.
reset.
Higher. This. Yeah.
Here, you hold it. It's easier. I'm at an
Okay.
angle. Yeah. So it's green and it's set now. You literally
Okay.
gotta blow into that hole.
Here, we'll turn off the light.
I don't know if I can get it. I mean, you literally.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
kind
See
of
better
has.
now.
Yeah.
So air has to go through that hole in
Yeah.
order to. So
Yes.
the concept would be
Yeah.
maybe if there's like a spirit present, it would blow air or move the air and
Yep.
actually make
Yeah.
it. So, but if you do that, it's not going to do anything, right?
No,
you
but
literally- there he goes. See it turn red?
now it turned
Mhm.
red. So
Mhm.
if you blow into it, so the air actually has to go down inside the hole to get it to work right.
So we use that.
So you have to blow a fair amount of air in there to get it to
Oh,
get
yeah.
it actually,
And when you're down
and
in
or
the
else it's not going to
catacombs-
work, right?
Right.
Right.
See, now that's red.
And you
So there's a big amount of energy, wind going in there, air.
So you said,
the
Jerry, that
green-
when you were in the catacombs, this thing was going off, but there's no airflow.
Right. It's very
Yes.
stagnant down there. It
Stagnant. I can imagine how
Ugh.
stagnant would
Yeah,
be. In
it-
the
I mean, you're
catacombs,
43 feet underground.
Yeah.
You know, there
Yeah.
is
And
no
limestone.
airflow. Yeah. It's
this
interesting.
thing is really great to use.
Mhm. We like it.
I want to get more.
Yeah.
Everyone likes them.
We just
Yeah,
love
I'm
our
coming.
gadgets.
I know he does. Yeah,
We
I
got
do.
a new one
We did get a new one today.
called a
So
static meter.
What-
So it reads
A s-
positive static energy and negative static energy. So it will light
Yeah.
up if it's positive and light up if it's negative. So if a spirit's touching something, it's going to show a positive. If it moves away from that object, it's going to show a negative static.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
That's interesting. I
Yeah.
never actually heard of that one.
Yeah, want me to bring that too? I have that.
Yeah, bring it out. Bring it out. I mean,
Uh,
we're on the
don't
subject
get your
of equipment at
gadgets
this point.
there.
He loves
I'm
it.
just showing
He's
that.
a gadget man.
I'm gadget guy.
Exactly, Mr.
We love our
what's that,
gadget.
Inspector
We love our
Gadget?
gadget. Yeah.
I do more divination. I do the dowsing rods and pendulums
Yeah.
and use my
You know what
abilities for more than anything.
You know something I wanted to do with the pendulums for a long time is actually use a pendulum and actually but hang it on a
Yes.
hook and a stand where there's no chance of us twitching our fingers and seeing if it's going to move, right?
You can buy them on, I have one. You can buy them on Amazon and they're like $12.
What's that?
Oh, okay.
The thing that I hang on my pendulum,
Oh, yeah.
the pendulum on. Yeah. Yeah, because your hands shake and things, I don't know.
It- And the thing is, I know with pendulum, a little twitch of your fingers and your energy and stuff like that, it'll just kind of make it twirl and it's going to start spinning around.
Exactly. Yep. I always make sure, like when I'm using the dowsing rods, that somebody has um a flashlight on me so they can watch my hands, so they know I'm not manipulating them,
Yeah.
or because people doubt our field. Everybody doubts us.
Oh God, we did you know how many bad emails I get sometimes by people that are trolls and stuff? It's like, holy man,
Yes.
Yeah.
just let me do my thing. If you don't believe in what I
Right.
do and you don't care for it, don't comment. Just let us do
And
our
don't
stuff. I
watch
mean,
it.
and we know people. Oh, well, the stuff you guys do is just pseudoscience. Yes, we know that. We know that. We know.
We
And
know that.
and I've actually had people ask me, "Do you have a PhD in physics and stuff?" I said, "Do I need a PhD to operate a video camera and a digital voice recorder? Like seriously?"
Right.
Do I
And
need a
I always,
PhD when I see something levitating? I don't need a PhD for that.
there you go. I was just gonna say that. How can somebody tell me I didn't see what I saw?
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know. Mm-mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's when you see with your own eyes. It's like I don't need a PhD for that. I don't need a
Exactly.
physics background or anything like that. I mean, it's common sense, right?
Right. And
I
then they'll be the ones telling you that, oh, that was just your mind. You
Yeah.
think you saw it. And
I think
Yeah,
the important thing is being honest. If we're honest, people
yeah.
are going to believe you.
yeah,
Well, you know what? I think that's as investigators, I think that's something we all have to keep in mind. We need to keep our integrity at the forefront of everything. You know,
there it is.
if you fake evidence, you're discredited. You're like, don't even bother
Mhm.
investigating. You got to start faking stuff and not being really honest about it. Then just forget it. You're just in the wrong
Yep.
field.
Anybody on my team will tell you
Hmm.
what will get you booted off my team immediately. I don't care where we are.
Fake
If
evidence.
I catch them, they're gone and they know it.
They're gone.
Yep.
Our team is
No,
built on being humble, being kind to our fellow investigators, and our integrity. And I expect
Yeah,
our entire team to uphold that no matter what they're
yeah.
doing if they're
I
representing us.
totally,
So
By the
I
way, let's shout out our
totally
team.
agree.
I did that.
Oh, did you do that?
Yes, I was already talking about them doing the.
I missed it
Yeah,
all.
Yep,
you were
you
All
missed it
amazing.
three
all.
teams?
Not yet.
Oh,
Yeah, you were getting your gadget, Jerry.
Yeah.
I have it. Here, you hold it
Let
up
me
because
see.
Okay.
Okay,
I can't
which
do the
which one's
angle.
this? Which one is this?
That's the static meter. That's
Oh, the
the,
static meter. Where
yeah.
did you get that? Because I'm intrigued by this piece of equipment for some
I
reason.
have to,
Ghost within.
no,
No,
Ghost
relative.
within.
Relative.
paranormal. Relative paranormal.
Yeah.
Relatively paranormal equipment.
Here, take it
Okay.
out of there.
Okay. I look around and find different places. Just help everyone out. Relatively.
Paranormal equipment. Okay, I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look that up
Yes,
I
because
I
think
think
it's
I like that. I
Massachusetts.
like the concept of the static meter because a lot of stuff that we may capture could be caused by static electricity, right?
right. Yeah, this
Yeah.
this
So it's a
company based in Massachusetts, and her name is Marissa.
Yeah.
okay.
It's pretty
Okay, I'll have
cool.
to look that up for sure. Yeah. And I'll be able to review the live feed after to actually get
Relatively.
relatively. I have problems with that
Paranormal.
word. Relatively paranormal equipment.
Paranormal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
All
have
right.
to
Let me see
remember
if I
that.
can. Okay, so now we turned it on.
Yeah, you might blind them.
I know.
It's resetting right now, I think.
So it's resetting, like Jerry said. It's on green.
Mm-hmm.
The green is the go. This is a red. This is a blue button or a blue light and a red light. So if something, if it walks away, it turns blue. If it comes towards it, it turns red.
Opposite way, honey.
Okay, whatever.
Blue
See, I'm
is
not good with
positive.
gadgets.
When it's touching an object, red is negative because the static's going away from that object, which would be
Okay.
Okay.
static.
And when it's coming towards it, it goes green.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Well,
So I don't
that's a
know.
cool. I
We haven't
like that
used it
piece
yet.
of equipment.
What's
Oh,
that?
you better get an investigation soon. You got to try that piece out.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night,
Oh, you
we're
guys have an
going to
investigation tomorrow night
Burlington Jail, right?
The Burlington Jail Museum in New Jersey.
in New Jersey. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Because I know that you guys have different teams, right? There's you have New Jersey. You also have
Yes,
Pennsylvania. So you guys are a little bit all over the place, right?
we are. We have we met Tim and Erica Bergen. They live in New Jersey. We met them at the Haldeman Mansion here a few years ago. And we all
Okay.
just clicked. They investigate the way we do. Their mannerisms are like Jerry and
Yeah.
I's, and they were like our go-to paranormal couple,
Mm-hmm.
and we wanted them on our team so bad, but their drive is a 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
So I thought, let's make them part of our team, but make them Jott Nyx Paranormal New Jersey.
To do more like Philadelphia area, that stuff.
So they run
Okay.
that team, and they just have new members joining them now. And then
Okay.
just this year we got I'm always interested not only with the mythology, but like folklore and myths and things like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yep.
So we don't have time to focus on that as much, but I'm intrigued by it. So we
Mm-hmm.
formed another team, Jott Nyx Paranormal Extreme, where they do cryptids and myths
Extreme.
and legends and folklore. So
Yeah.
we're covering a lot, and we have 6 on that team. So
So you do a lot of different things. Like, see,
yes,
for me, it's like I'm more into, or my team's more into residential building haunting, spirits, entities, stuff like that. I'm not much into cryptids, Bigfoot, and things like that. I'm not saying that I wouldn't mind getting into it, but you guys are pretty much covering everything. Do you guys do anything about UFOs? Have you ever study UFOs sightings and things like that, or just strictly cryptids and
Jerry and
haunting?
I watch a lot of documentaries on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We've noticed some strange things in the sky in our area.
Yes.
Um,
I was big into UFOs as a kid, not into paranormal UFOs. Star Wars,
yeah,
Star Trek, me and my brother always looking in the sky.
Yeah. Yeah.
R2D2.
Well, we know there's something going on. There's no
Right,
way there's no way it's just us.
right. And we just
The
thought,
list.
we had a lot of people that want to join our team because they
Yeah.
like how we investigate. And I can't have 20 people on my base
Yeah,
team. So
it's
we
not
No.
a
just
day job,
no, so we just
No,
branched out
because
into different,
I
different
guess like
areas of
everybody else,
money.
yeah, I guess like everybody else, you guys don't charge, so we don't make any
No,
money at this. This is just it's a passion that we have, and it's just
right.
what we do, right? But the thing is, it's like when you find that one piece of evidence that you kind of go, "Holy shit!" Like for me, and like I've been doing this now since late '90s, but I mean seriously since 2010, so about 13 years. Maybe a little bit before, maybe 13, 15 years, kind of like you guys. And in those years, I've only found two pieces of video evidence. There's a lot of audio, a bunch of really good Class A EVPs, but video wise, I've only got two pieces of evidence in all that time, which was we caught that window opening at the Ottawa Jail Hostel, which the window opened
Mm.
and closed by itself. And then recently with the Night Watchman investigative team, we did the Smith Falls Public Library, and we had a book fly off the shelf. So that
Wow.
was a big one. Now, I'm going to share the story with you guys. I think I might have posted this before. So, anyways, so we caught this book. There was Monique. I think you saw her on the feed earlier. Monique is part
Uh-huh.
of Whispering Souls with her husband Ken, psychic, and she watches the. We always do live feeds because I like to show people this is what we do. This is a live feed. This is how it goes down. This is what we do. We sit in the
Mhm.
dark for hours doing nothing, and sometimes,
Helping
if you're
yourself.
lucky, yeah,
Right.
and if you're lucky, then something does happen. So, anyways, that one night was the end of the evening. It was a public investigation, and the Monique was saying that she felt there was a presence of a little boy called Georgie. So we went, okay. So we went to the third floor. She says on the third floor, this little boy is called Georgie. Go up there. I try to communicate. We set up an EVP session. We tell everybody be quiet, to have a controlled environment so we don't have any contamination. So I'm trying to communicate with this little boy, Georgie. And suddenly I say, Georgie, we had put a laser on the wall to see if he's a little boy made little lasers on the wall. It's something you can play with. I said, Georgie, look at the nice lights on the wall. Can you show us your presence? A book flies off the shelf. So we think, oh, maybe the book just fell off.
Hmm.
So whatever. So we go back to the DVR and we actually review the footage, and we see there's a little flash of light, and then the light goes down, and then the book flies off the shelf. And we're okay, whoa, hold on, there's something going on here. Then we
Wow.
looked at the footage.
Cool.
Yeah, we looked at the footage over and over again, and then suddenly the book, we could see that the book was just didn't fell off. It was you could tell it was violently pushed off. So, anyways, after the fact, I did research, and I said Georgie Library, Smith Falls, just for the hell of it. And I got into this obituary, and turns out that there was a librarian that passed away in Smith Falls, but her name was Georgia.
Oh,
Oh,
But in
connection.
the act and in the actual obituary, it says her name was Georgie. So I went, what the fuck? Like I went,
Wow.
wow, that was so weird.
That
So
is weird.
that's that evidence, and that's not, like I said, this is why we do what we do, is that holy grail where we go, holy shit, there's correlation. We talked to Georgie. Maybe she knocked the book over because we're actually thinking she was a little boy, and she goes, I'm not a little boy, I'm an adult. Boom, there goes the book. Hello.
Right.
And
Oh, wow.
we're gonna be going back to that library, because I told
Oh,
Mark, I said,
absolutely.
we need to do this place again. So I didn't mention the family name of the librarian, so just for confidentiality, I don't want to kind of,
Right.
family members may not like that. But I mean, but that's what we do. It's that holy grail, that piece of evidence that we all look for. And
Hmm.
that's what we do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
on that note, so you guys sent me a couple of pieces of a few clips, right?
Yeah.
Now we'll play a couple of clips here for whoever's watching right now. We have a bunch of questions here. Let me talk early. We have a question here by question. What was your most shocking capture? So I'm assuming that's a question for you guys. So what was your most shocking capture?
She's probably going to be seeing that very soon. You have it. The door.
Oh, okay. The
Yes.
Yes.
door. I'm hoping that's the one of the pieces I uploaded. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's over here. Okay. All right. So we're gonna play a couple of pieces here. So the one I have here, I have Ben, the spirit at Tala telling Jerry, and I have the Big Ben at Tala. Is that one of them? Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
Okay,
They
the
are.
door.
We were down at Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. It's Tala
Okay.
here in West Virginia.
Okay.
And we went into the bathroom where there was a known spirit of Ben, who was a pervert and would hang out in the boys' bathroom with the kids.
Okay. And this is a
So
picture.
no, this is the EVPs that you have.
Okay. Did I actually upload that one? Let me see here.
Then
Louis' room at Waverly. She came home with me. Is that the one?
that's just a picture. That's of Lois's room, the spirit that came home with me from Waverly.
Okay.
It should say Ben telling Jerry
Common
to
room.
record.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. That's the one I have. It says record.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Hmm.
yeah, I have that one. Actually, I'm gonna put that on right now. I have that one actually. Okay. Yes, this is the one here. All right. So this clip was obviously audio, and you say that the voice in the background saying record is nobody from your team. It's an
No,
actual
it was
voice
just
and
Jerry and I and another female
Yeah.
in the
hmm
room. And the female that was with us was actually a tour guide there. And
Okay.
she knew that we were paranormal investigators, so we were kind of alone with her at the time.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Jerry was fumbling with his recorder, trying to see in the dark
That's
to
normal.
turn it on. And I was already running my video camera and caught the audio on the video camera. And that's what
Okay.
we caught. Because you can
Okay.
hear me say to him about getting it together or starting it or whatever. I
Okay,
don't
what
know.
I know, I remember listening to this one. I actually specifically hear somebody say record. So I'll play.
Yes.
I did kind of shorten the clip a little bit because I can only upload so much on
Yes.
StreamYards,
Hmm.
but I'll play that clip for everybody right now.
It's not going real fast.
Report. 14.
So that's the one you're talking about. So that voice in the background says record. That's not you guys.
No, it was, and you could actually hear Jerry coming in at the end of him saying that, saying on his recorder, "This is Jerry and Melissa, where we were, our location, and setting the audio recorder up."
hmm
So that was pretty cool. And then
Yeah, it was cool.
it wasn't even 5 seconds later we got the next one that you have when we asked him what his name was.
Okay, I'm gonna play that one again because that really is
Okay.
interesting. I'm gonna
Okay.
play that one again for everybody here.
It's not going real fast.
Machine.
Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, you can hear it very clearly. And I knew exactly when I listened to it. It's like a class A because I knew when everybody actually hears the same thing, we call it a class A because there's
Right,
no mistake.
right.
When you get to class lower class, well, I thought it said John. I thought it said something. I thought it said something
Yeah.
else, and it's like it's not evidence. But when I heard, I heard record, but I wasn't
Mhm.
sure if maybe it was one of you guys, but obviously if it's not, there's definitely
No.
there's a definite voice there saying record.
Yeah. Yeah. You can hear the what the hell do they call that?
Raspy.
Like the when you capture EVPs, you can hear that
Tone?
the digital sound in their
Yes.
Yeah,
voices. So I knew right away, and I knew
Max
who was
Hendril.
in the room with us.
it didn't sound
Remember
like a
Max
person,
Hendril?
Yeah.
like a person. It didn't sound like a person that was actually talking on a
There.
recorder. It seems like it was electronically captured, and that's what it sounded like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so this was answering Monique's question, your greatest capture. So this is one of them. So the next one you guys sent me, I think this is the one that you said is the second one that has to do a little bit with the first one we just listened to.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll play this one. Let me know if that's the one you're talking about. I'm going to play this one right now.
Okay.
Is anybody else in here? My name's Jerry. Tommy Wilson.
Yep. That
So
was the one.
so what does the voice say? Because I couldn't really hear that one.
Big Ben.
Big Ben. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he was
Yes.
a pervert.
He was a pervert, and that's what the girl was telling us, that everybody calls him Big Ben around here. So when Jerry asked who we were talking to, he said, "I'm Jerry." And then we were recording. We didn't hear it with our own ears, but when we listened back, we thought we heard Big Ben. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can listen to it again, see what you think.
Yeah, I'm actually going to play it
Said
again.
Big Ben.
Yeah.
Let's try this one again. So this one here, let's.
Is anybody else in here? My name's Jerry. Tommy Wilson.
Okay. I have this stupid little beat on one side and so I blocked my left ear so I heard it much more clear. So I actually hear that say Big Ben, of course.
Yeah. They were probably the best two, and then the other one I believe you have that says Aloise.
I don't think I put that one up. Let me see.
Oh,
That's one of the good. No, hold on. I can
that's my
do
favorite
this.
one.
I can do this. Watch me.
This one is interesting because his name is Alois Booby. And
Eloise Booby. Okay.
yes, he
Yes.
was a German immigrant. And he
Okay.
owned Booby's Brewery here in Mount Joy, where we run our events. And you
Okay.
never get the name Aloise over a spirit box or anything, because
Did you ever hear that?
you ever hear that name, So for that name to come through,
That's an odd that's an odd name. Yeah.
That's validation,
Exactly.
I think.
yeah, that made us happy.
But we got it twice that night. In a
This
half
is
an hour.
the one with Victor.
Oh,
Yeah.
with Victor.
All right, I'm actually exporting it right now. So give me
Okay.
2 seconds. I can do this stuff on the fly.
Yeah, the stuff you have is pretty much what we are good stuff from for 15 years. I mean, it's very difficult to collect evidence that
It is, and it's hard. It's hard to get. Yeah, it's hard to get like evidence that you can't explain. A lot of the stuff you capture through the years, you kind of go, okay, well, it's this, it's that, it's some other stuff. But I mean, there's always a lot of stuff that you just can't figure out, right?
Right.
Right. I'm just gonna upload it right now. I just kind of the thing is with StreamYards, what happens? StreamYard doesn't let you upload audio files, only video files. So I have to take the audio file, put it in StreamYards, put a picture, then export it as an MP4 file to
Okay.
actually be able to
Learn
upload it
something again.
to StreamYards. The amount of money I pay for this software, you'd think they'd let me upload an audio clip.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna upload it right now. Where is it? I put it on my desktop over here. So you're talking about the one Eloise, right?
Yes.
That's the one there. Let's open this.
We were all quite proud of that one.
Yeah.
So it's coming up now.
Okay.
And this one was captured where?
At Booby's Brewery in Mount Joy,
Booby's Brewery.
Pennsylvania.
Okay. So
Mhm.
so
Your
Booby's
public
Brewery, and actually I think I have a picture of Booby's. Yeah, I think I put up a picture here. So you guys are like the resident team at Booby's
Yes.
Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I have them right here. Where's it? Where's? Let me put a picture. Where's the picture? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna put it up. There we
Yep.
go. So this place is in Pennsylvania.
Yes. It
Okay,
is.
so you're
It's one of the oldest running breweries, actually, still standing and operational.
okay. Okay, and you guys do. You guys do also do Publix there as well. Eh?
We do.
Public.
We have the Central Hotel is on. If you're looking at that picture to the left, there's a whole hotel that is also his property. That's where we run our public events and private events from.
Okay,
Yeah, it's actually
cool.
actual bar.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
it's an amazing place. You have to check it
Yes.
out.
Well, we like breweries, right?
hmm
Okay, so I actually uploaded that other file you guys sent me, Eloise.
hmm
So I'll play that one right now.
You want to talk to Victor?
trying to say something, but
Okay. So whoever's here with us, are you willing to introduce yourself to me? Give me your names, even if it's in German.
Okay, so do we know where that voice came from?
Eloise is the owner and father of the property back in the late 1800s. And he also passed away there in that hotel
Yes.
where that was
Okay.
captured.
Okay, so there's an association with the name and the actual capture that you have.
Yes.
Yes, the A
So there's a
there
connection.
in the photo where it says Booby's Brewery, the A stands for Aloise Booby.
Oh, okay. And you actually captured on audio or this. What were you using? Like, was it one of those what do they call it?
The-
Like a portal thing
I
box or
think
something like that? 'Cause it
I think
sounds
they were
very
using the
echoey.
plasma box.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me play that one again because that right at the end. So whoever's listening right now, you'll see it's right at the end of the recording. I'll play that one again.
Mhm.
You want to talk to Victor?
Trying to say something, but
Okay. So whoever's here with us, are you willing to introduce yourself to me? Give me your names, even if it's in German.
Yeah, that's pretty clear to me.
yeah. The owner
And
of
this,
the brewery, he's owned that since 1985, and he has
yeah.
never seen or heard anything.
Yep. The owner.
Yeah, so he was
Wow.
quite proud of that. So
Yeah, that's
The
a
thing
pretty
is,
good
his
capture.
life is like Eloise.
yeah,
That's a pretty good capture for sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Ones we hold dear.
Yes, like I said, once you capture one of these Class A EVPs or any kind of video audio that you can't explain, it's like it kind of makes it all worthwhile what we do when you capture, even if it's like one
Mhm.
big piece of evidence in 10 years. You kind of go, at least I got something that I can't explain,
Right.
and it makes it all worthwhile.
We were like kids on Christmas morning when
Yeah,
that
we were.
happened.
Yeah, well, I can imagine. And I know the feeling because when we captured certain pieces of evidence, it was like holy shit. It was like holy shit, like holy grail, holy grail.
Yeah, and and our guests heard it. They heard
Yeah.
it live, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, that's the thing when you have guests that actually hear it live as well, and that makes it even better
yes,
because now you have a bunch of people witnessing the same thing.
right,
So that's more validation. It's not just one person witnessing something; it's a bunch of people witnessing the same thing. So
exactly.
you can't say 10 people just imagine the same thing. It doesn't make any sense.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I think, Dan, with us is, we take it to heart when we have a dead night. When the guests
Mhm.
paid money to come here and we did everything possible to bring those spirits
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
That's
know
the
I feel
worst
bad
part
going
is when
home.
you have And when you have a public and it's like, oh shit, nothing happened, and you want stuff
Yep.
to happen because you want your, because I do publics with Mark and Cheryl as well with Night Watchman, and it's like we want stuff to happen. And the thing is, like for us, that library book flying off the shelf, this was at the end of the evening. This was it. We were done. I said, listen, do something, and that book flew off the shelf, and it's very, very, very satisfying. But also,
Yes.
what we do with public investigations, we also tell people, don't think because you're and it's most of the public investigations we do, we don't make money at it. We actually donate it to the location we're doing it for, and
Hmm.
we tell people, like, don't expect that something's going to happen. It doesn't happen every night. You may just pay for this investigation, and you're not going to experience anything. It's
Right.
possible, but
Right.
that's truth. That's
Yeah.
truth. That's what we do. That's
Yes.
It's
We
the
go
way it
through
is.
that with our intro.
We make
Yeah,
sure we
you
go
don't
over
get,
that.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
yeah, we don't get stuff every night.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I tell you, when you get a skeptic in, they can shut it down real quick.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those
Especially when
people
they're
as well.
drinking.
But actually, the night that we had that book, we had a skeptic, and he was a little bit kind of, okay, what the hell just happened? Like, this
Uh
book
huh.
just, so it's like, I told you, this kind of stuff does happen.
Right. And it's going to happen when you least expect it.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And that's the whole point. That's why we go there. We actually sit there and we have to wait for something to happen because it doesn't happen all the time.
And it won't happen on command either.
No, and unfortunately, we can't. It's not like the TV shows, right? It
But
doesn't
we have
happen like,
fun trying.
Yeah. I tell you, I think we had a lot of skeptics when we asked that at our publics. And I'll tell you, we probably turned over half of them more
Hmm.
toward there's something there. What is
hmm
it? We don't
well,
know.
that's the gratifying part. If you can actually convince somebody who's a skeptic, that put some doubt in his mind and go, maybe there is something here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's really tough to work with guests because, like, we try to get them involved. You pay for this. We do this all the time. And to get them
Yeah.
involved, we get one group because we switch groups.
Hmm.
We go
Yeah.
rotate 3 areas. So we have a different person next session. And then all of a sudden now you got a group that's into it, and the next group it's the opposite.
Yeah.
And it's really
Yeah.
you got to change the
It's
way
Yeah.
tough.
you're investigating.
It's tough.
Yeah.
And we don't make any money at this, and we get no gratification sometimes.
No, you're right.
Mm, mm. All right. So we're at an hour and a half. I'm always overboard. It's going to be a show 7 to 8. But once you start talking, you kind of get into it, and it's like next thing you know, an hour and a half is
I
gone,
know.
and we still have some viewers though, which is a good thing. So,
That's
all
good.
right. So yeah, it's a very good thing. All right. So last but not least, you guys, can you share with us your upcoming events? I know that you sent me a list of upcoming stuff that you guys have planned. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, let me think
She
here.
does that. Yeah.
Tomorrow night we are going
Surprise.
to Burlington, New Jersey,
Okay.
to the Burlington Jail Museum. We have that for about 4 hours. Our New Jersey team set that up for us. May 6th and May 20th, we have public events at Booby's Brewery. The 13th of May, we are doing a Para-Unity with another local paranormal team. We're going to bring them to the brewery and let them experience it with us for free.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
not charging them.
Nope.
Okay.
In June,
June, right around your birthday.
yeah, we're running a bunch of just publics. But I know in July, like we're going to Crescent, we're going to White Hill Mansion, and then we have a big September Labor Day weekend event. Daryl Marston from the Ghost Hunters, he was at our
Oh, okay.
event,
Okay.
and he asked us to run his event up in New Jersey, in Clinton, New Jersey,
Yeah.
at the Red
Okay.
Mill on Labor Day weekend. So we
Okay.
have that big event that we're selling tickets for, but
Okay.
yeah.
Well, send me the links, and I can. If you guys want to sell tickets, I'll post it on our page. If you want to sell tickets to there,
Okay,
maybe we
that'd be
we'll
great.
get a
Yeah.
couple of Canadian. We'll get a couple of Canucks out there with
Yeah,
investigating with you guys.
that'd be
Okay, so
great.
Yeah,
that's
thank you.
yeah, that'd be great. That's great stuff. You guys have a lot. So you guys have a very busy summer and fall coming up then.
We are yes, we
Yeah.
are very busy. Yes.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
in between all that, we let private teams like yourself, they'll pay us to come investigate Booby's Brewery.
Yeah.
And then we hand all the money over to Sam, the owner, and they
Yeah,
can
yeah.
have it for the whole night. So
Okay. Well, you know what? I wouldn't mind coming out to Pennsylvania and investigating Booby's Brewery with my team
That would
at
be
one
pretty
point.
cool.
I'm trying to think
Yeah.
how far you were in Ottawa, right? Did I look at that right?
Maxville, Ontario. I'm in between. I'm in the outskirts of Ottawa. I'm in between Montreal and Ottawa. I live on a 55-acre farm.
Oh my.
So I'm
Yeah,
thinking you're probably
yeah.
like,
We'll come to your house and investigate.
I think you're probably like 8 hours away driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably, but 8 hours is not bad. It's not that bad. That's the weird thing is, you're talking about my place. My place was built between 1810 and 1850.
Oh
It's not
wow.
haunted. It's not haunted.
No,
No,
nothing at all,
no,
huh?
I've tried. There's nothing. There's not a single thing going on in this place. I buy an old farmhouse, 1810, 1850, and there is nothing going on.
Wow.
Oh well.
Wow.
Oh well. It
It
is what it
happens.
is. I didn't
That's
buy
right.
it because of that, but I thought, hey, cool, maybe it's haunted or something like that. But no, nothing.
At his
Nothing.
house, he has
1810,
nothing.
18.
Nothing.
No, and
Nothing
I'd
at all.
like to hear.
No.
I don't mean you. I know you want to, but like everyone goes, well, everything's haunted, and it's like we
No.
always say
Yeah,
not
it's
necessarily. So you
no,
prove the
not
point.
Yeah, not necessarily. You can get an 1810, 1850 house, and there is nothing going on. Nothing
Right.
at all.
Oh.
Figure,
Well, maybe
sorry.
later. Who knows? Maybe I'll keep kind of poking the bear and see what happens.
Yeah, there
Maybe
you
There you
go.
go.
maybe something will pop out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyways, you know what? We're at the, guys, this has been great. I thank you so much for helping me out with this podcast. I appreciate you guys
Mhm.
appearing on the podcast. I think you guys are great. I would
Thank you.
love, if
Me
I'm in
too.
Pennsylvania, to kind of visit you guys and actually investigate with you guys. It would be awesome. I have a very
Absolutely.
small team. I have a very small team though. I only got 3 members.
That's
I
okay.
I tend to kind of keep it very close knit and very small, because too many people sometimes kind of, what's that saying? Too many
Well,
something spoils
Tried that.
the dough. I don't know what the hell the saying is, but
yes.
something like that. Yeah, yeah.
We
So
ran into that problem. We had
yeah,
12 or 13 at one point. So
I
Yeah.
think all of us have had that problem, and through the years I've had problems like that. There's always some kind of headbutting going on with certain
yes.
members, but the ones
Yeah.
I have
Yes.
now, Mateo, Lawrence, and Connie, are very good. So they're young
Good.
kids, and it makes me look good because I'm an old fart. So I got a couple of
Mhm.
young kids in my teams. It looks better, I guess you could say. But
Aw.
all right,
Yeah, we do have two
yeah,
juniors. So
Yeah, we do have 2 juniors also. So
yeah. Actually, I think I seen a couple of videos. There was the video where there was a young girl talking, and somebody comes in the background with a costume and then does
yeah.
something.
oh, Chloe.
And then she
Yeah,
got,
that's
yeah, Chloe. That's
yeah.
it. That's the one. And she got scared because he touched the meter or something like that.
Yeah, the REM pod.
Okay, I saw that
Yeah.
one. So that's one
Well,
of
that
you.
was the
So you
owner
guys
of
actually.
Ruby Brewery.
That's the owner of the
They
bureau.
do
Okay.
Yeah.
what do you call that?
Um
Mystery dinners.
well, yeah, they do mystery dinners there too, dinner theater.
Yeah, that's the owner of Booby's Brewery.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
big on their social media.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll definitely try to promote you guys on my page, and yeah, if you guys have any events that you want to share, I'd be more than happy to post it up on our Ghost Facebook page and help you sell some tickets.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank
Just
you.
Thank you.
just send just send me
That'd be
send me the
fun.
links, and I'll post them up for sure.
Hey, no problem. And then if anybody
Okay.
else wants to know about them, they can just go to our page and hit that events tab, and they're all there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. I'll let everybody know.
yeah.
All right, guys. So thanks again for doing this with me this evening, and hopefully we can do this again.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And thanks for sharing that evidence. That was some pretty cool captures.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. So
Yeah.
once I log you guys off, I'll stay on a bit and I'll chit chat about a couple of other things. But then again, thanks again. And please keep in touch. And like I said, if you want to share some stuff, send me the links and I'll post it up.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys. Have a good
Uh-huh.
night.
Bye-bye.
So, bye.
Bye. All right, everyone. This was Jerry and Melissa from Jott Nyx Paranormal out of Pennsylvania. A great couple, great people, and this is why I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. I love talking to people like this. It's so great to kind of get the perspective of other teams and how they investigate, how they do things, and it kind of gives us an idea of how we can all work together and share our ideas and share our investigative methods. I think it's great, and I just love talking to people like this every time I do these shows. So, anyways, On another note, I know that Jerry and Melissa shared they have a bunch of events coming up. They're going to be busy, pretty busy this summer, as well. Us, Ghost, and alongside Night Watchman Investigative Team, Mark and Cheryl. We have a bunch of stuff coming up. I have not posted it yet, but we do have coming on May 12th. We have an investigation with four different teams. They're going to be investigating together. So I have myself, Ghosts, and my investigators, Mark and Cheryl from the Night Watchman investigative team, and we also have, I think, Wes Coleman from Cops. We're not really sure. I need to kind of reconfirm with Mark and a couple of other teams. It'll be posted on our Facebook page when I'll be working on that this weekend. Hosting all the teams that are going to be doing Fort Henry with us on May 12th. We are also investigating the Martintown Mill, which is actually about 15 minutes from my place in Martintown. This is going to be on June 10th. We also have a public investigation that we are organizing again at the Heritage House in Smith Falls. So we have a bunch of stuff coming up as well. And hopefully, if I get a chance and my team gets a chance, we can head out to Pennsylvania, investigate with Jerry and Melissa, investigate with John Curley. He was on tonight as well. I also have something coming up in November with my good friend Larry Lawson out of Florida from the Florida Bureau of Paranormal Investigations. Hopefully, the plan is I'll head out to Florida in November and investigate with them. Larry also runs the Indian River hauntings in Florida. He does a lot of haunted walks and things like that. I love Larry's a great friend. We've been talking for years. I'm actually appearing on his show Paranormal Stakeout on May 4th, which is another podcast. So please stay tuned for that. Again, all right, so that's stuff in a nutshell, I guess you could say. Anyways, keep checking our Facebook page for updates on upcoming investigations and also upcoming public investigations, and also upcoming ghost talk shows with other great teams that I love to interview. Again, this was a great interview with Jerry and Melissa, great people. So, anyways, guys, I will try to log off like I usually do without too many glitches here. I'd like to thank everybody who actually watched the show tonight. The usuals, Anna, Rhiannon. Let me see who else was on here. There was a bunch of people. Cheryl. Sorry. We got a bunch of people. So we had Monique, we had Cheryl, we had Ruth, we had Tammy. Thanks so much for tuning in. John Curley from HAPS. Thanks for showing up again. And Cheryl from Night Watchman, Amanda, Mary Borush, and so on and so on and so on. Anyways, I can mention all the names that I see here, but anyways, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in this evening with my talk with Jerry and Melissa from Jott Nyx Paranormal. All right, guys. So I will tune out for this evening. It's been quite a long ghost talk show this time, but it was very interesting. So let me just find my exit video. All right, so I think we're good. All right, guys. So you guys have a good night, and we will. I will be posting on my Facebook page on the next Ghost Talk show. You guys take care, stay safe, lights out.